Hello, everyone. Welcome to the All Day Football Show. I'm your host, Jackson Kellogg, and today I'll be going into my picks for the conference championship games today, leading off with the Packers Buccaneers at 3 and the Chiefs Bills playing at 6. Only two teams will be able to move past today, and two will be out of the playoffs, as the other two will move on to the Super Bowl. So getting right into it, last week I went 3-1 with my one pick that was wrong. I picked the Saints to beat the Bucks, and Tom Brady and the Buccaneers prevailed. Puts my total season record at 171, 94, and 1. Upset win of the week obviously goes to the Buccaneers for being able to pull off a win against the Saints where they were able to shut down Michael Thomas, and after that it was just smooth sailing for the Buccaneers from there as the Saints couldn't get anything going on offense. Not surprised goes to the Packers, who handled the Rams pretty well. The Packers, for the Rams having a number one, like a top ranked defense, the Packers just put them down to shame, throwing and rushing for all sorts of numbers on that defense, as the Rams weren't able to hold down Aaron Rodgers and that band of talent. No teams on bye this week. There will be no teams on bye for the rest of the season. So getting right into the first game, as I said, around 3 o'clock, Packers, Buccaneers. The Packers are at home after having the number one seed. They got the first round bye from the wild card round, and then they welcomed the Rams to Lambeau Field, in which they beat them pretty good. And then the Buccaneers, they took down a Washington team that snuck into the playoffs. It was a close game led in which Washington kept it close with a fourth-string quarterback in Tyler Heineck. And then they went into the Superdome of the New Orleans Saints, and they upset the Drew Brees-led team, in which Tom Brady was able to stay consistent on offense, did not turn the ball over, which was one key that the Buccaneers needed to do. Instead, they forced a lot of turnovers, intercepting Brees 3 times, getting Jared Cook to fumble. The Buccaneers led the turnover battle, and they rode that to the victory, as it was close for most of the game, but as soon as the Saints started to turn the ball over, the Buccaneers took that and cruised away. So now the Buccaneers will be heading into Lambeau Field, which pregame shows a very snowy field, and I don't know how the Buccaneers are going to be able to perform in the cold. Tom Brady is just about the only player on that team who's played in the cold before, because he played in New England for 20 years. Whereas Aaron Rodgers and the Packers are welcoming this team to come to them. Lambeau Field is a great... The Packers haven't hosted a playoff game or a conference championship game in the Aaron Rodgers era. So this is Aaron Rodgers' first playoff conference championship at home. He's been to 4 others on the road and lost 3 of the 4, with the one that he won leading to a Super Bowl victory. So the Buccaneers are without some of their talent today, though, as Antonio Brown will be out of this game and Antoine Winfield is questionable. So with AB out, that throws Scotty Miller into the wide receiver 3 slot, which I don't think hurts too badly for the Buccaneers offense. It hurts in a talent perspective. It means that you're not going to have Antonio Brown's his skill and his intelligence to the game, as being a very long veteran in the game. He's been in the league for a while. You don't get that with Scotty Miller, so Brady and Scotty are going to have to be on point, whereas Evans is probably going to be shut down by Jair Alexander, which makes Chris Godwin the X factor in this game. Is Godwin going to be able to get open? Is he going to be able to make the plays that he needs to for Brady, with Evans being shut down and with Brady not having Antonio Brown? Gronk is still there. Cameron Brate is still there. Their offensive line is going to need to step up in this game, with Kenny Clark, Zadarius Smith, Preston Smith coming down at at Tom Brady. And then on the defensive side of the ball, they're pretty healthy, and as long as if the Buccaneers team, if that defense shows up and makes the plays they need to, like they did against the Saints, then this could be a very close game. Switching to the Packers side of the ball, Devontae Adams is gonna be shadowed all over the place by these different Buccaneers corners, whether it's Jamil Dean, Sean Murphy-Bunting, Carlton Davis. All these guys are going to be following Adams around. And then this game is going to, for the Packers offensively, is going to come down to the running game. The Buccaneers have the best run defense in the league. Are they going to be able to shut down Aaron Jones? Or is Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon, and Jamal Adams going to be able to run by this Buccaneers defense? If the Packers can get the running game going, then that is a very bad threat to the Buccaneers team. If they can't stop the run, then why would the Packers start going away from it? So in this case, I do give the Packers the win because I think with Jair Alexander going to be being on Mike Evans, this Packers defense, when it shows up, comes to play. They have a decent pass rush, and with the Buccaneers not having a great O-line, they're going to get after Brady. And the fact that they're playing in the cold snow, I really think that's going to be a factor with the Buccaneers here, as 11 of their games every year are in the South. So 9 of them are out in the weather, 8 of them are out in the weather. No, that's 9 of them, because they have 8 home games, and then they have 3 away games between the Panthers, Falcons, and Saints. 2 of those are in domes. The Panthers one isn't, but that's the furthest. The North Carolina is the furthest north that the Buccaneers are guaranteed to get to every year. Granted, the Buccaneers did play the NFC North this year, which does include some teams that have, Lambeau, Chicago, and the Bears. So they have played up in the north before this year, but not at this time of year where it is freezing cold and heavy snow. So with that being said, I don't think that the Buccaneers are going to be able to take over this game. In the 6 o'clock window, we have the Chiefs hosting the Buffalo Bills. The Chiefs, with the first seed, had a first-round bye for the wildcard round. And then come the divisional round, they hosted the Cleveland Browns, who put up a good fight. But then at one point, Mahomes left the game with what was thought to be a concussion, which later was found to be a pinched nerve instead. So Mahomes was in concussion protocol throughout this whole week. He cleared concussion protocol and will be starting today against the Bills. He was limited all week, but he is also dealing with turf toe. And is not 100% for this game per NFL.com. And the Bills' path to get here, they hosted the Indianapolis Colts in the wild card round, had a close game in which led to Phillip Rivers retiring. And then they hosted the Baltimore Ravens, who the Bills shut down defensively. The Ravens couldn't get anything going on offense. Especially when Lamar ended up having to leave the game with a concussion of his own. And now the Bills are going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. This is the furthest the Bills have been in the playoffs in over 2 decades. If they make the Super Bowl, it'll be their first in over 25 years. Crazy for the Bills. Both these teams are sporting very good rosters. Very few injuries for both of these teams, as Clyde Edwards-Helaire will also be playing in this game. Le'Veon Bell is out for the Chiefs, and the Bills are not dealing with any injuries particularly that are important to them. So both these teams are relatively healthy, putting out all their best players, and it's going to be a very good game. For the Chiefs, offensively, this game is going to come down to are the Chiefs going to be able to get momentum going early? And if so, how long can they keep it going? As this Bills defense is no joke, as they've shut down top offenses before. And for the Chiefs defensively, are the Chiefs going to be able to do? Are they going to be able to hold down the Bills? Because the Chiefs defense, they're around average. They're not elite, but they're not terrible. They let up a good amount against the Browns. They can't let the Bills score early, because if the Bills do, then they're like a snowball. They'll just keep going. So if they can do what the Ravens did and hold the Bills down offensively, then the Chiefs will have a shot. Flipping to the Bills side, Josh Allen is going to need to play the best game of his career for them to win this game. Josh Allen did not look like the quarterback that he was for most of the year last week. Though the Bills did win, Josh Allen looked skittish, and he looked a little like his former self, just without the turnovers. He was inaccurate throwing the ball, and he was just scrambling from the pocket. This week, he has to go back to his MVP candidate form, where he stands in the pocket. When he's throwing the ball deep, it's accurate, pinpoint, right to Diggs or Beasley or whoever he's throwing to. And he's going to have the ability to do so with this offensive line that is the best it's been in a decade. This great receiving core that the Bills have put together, led by Stephon Diggs. You've got Diggs, Beasley, Brown, Gabriel Davis, Isaiah McKenzie. That's 5 receivers right there, 5 different threats that they have. You've got Dawson Knox at the tight end spot, Devin Singletary running the ball. They even just brought up Kenny Stills from the practice squad. So the Bills have plenty of weapons to compete offensively with the Chiefs. It's just going to be a matter of can they execute it, and that's going to come down to Josh Allen. The Bills defensively, all they have to do, granted, easier said than done, is play like they did last week against the Ravens, contain Lamar Jackson, stop the passing game. The Chiefs want to pass the ball, but if they can run it, then they'll do so as well. So the Bills are going to have to be level on all their plays. They're going to have to be able to stop the run, contain the edges, watch the sidelines, have a safety deep always so Tyreek Hill doesn't run by them. Man up and keep someone on Travis Kelce at all times. These are very key things that the Bills are going to have to do to be able to stop the Chiefs' offense. I do give this win to the Kansas City Chiefs, as the Chiefs have been here before. The Bills have not. The Chiefs are coming off of a Super Bowl victory last year. The Bills are coming off of being a wild card loss last year. So the Bills, though they have looked very good this year and they look to be a very competitive team going forward, this Chiefs team, on the other hand, is the better team. It's going to be a very good game, very close. I think it's going to come down to the final possession. But in the end, Mahomes can score in a minute drive. So that's what's going to be the deal for this game, is that though the Bills have a high-powered offense, the Chiefs are just number one in these situations where they can score in the snap of a finger if they need to. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated. Hope you all have a great Conference Championship Sunday. If your team is playing this week, hope you're doing well. Get your man cave ready, your watch party, whatever you're doing. My team is out, so I'm just going to enjoy the games. Don't really have anyone I'm rooting for. My team is out, and the Patriots, they never made the playoffs. And then the team I was rooting for to win the Super Bowl, the Saints, are out. So I have no stake in this game, or in either of these games. So whoever wins it, I just hope they're good games. Hope you all have a great rest of your weekend. And let's hope that the Patriots, that we're talking about them in this game next year.